The FYP, the For You page, it is a page where you get discovered by new people every day compared to every other platform. So obviously the average business owner is like, well, how would TikTok help me? Right? Well, here's the thing. A majority of the time when people are following you, they're not going to see your stuff. It's not going to be your followers seeing your stuff unless they're going on the following page. They're discovering you through the FYP, the For You page.
RC Simon is a young and driven serial entrepreneur and also a pastor for his family's ministry. He has years of digital marketing and e-commerce experience, and his vision is to help promote talented artists, innovative products and services, and positive movements. Recently, RC Simon expanded into the world of TikTok and has helped business owners I personally know to grow their TikTok accounts and generate leads online. I invited RC Simon here today to share with us how we can make TikTok work for our online businesses. Welcome, RC Simon, back to the show, but with new knowledge around TikTok, because this is a channel that I'm so new on, and I'm uploading a little bit, but I really want to pick your brain around TikTok and how to actually make it work. So welcome back, and introduce yourself a little bit.
Hey, Lynn, super excited. Thanks again. I know we've both upgraded since then, and it's just been a journey. So I'm excited. I love to really look at what's going on in the online space. I love branding, marketing in general, and just selling good products with other people. So TikTok has definitely been an interesting shift in the market, and I definitely believe it's the future. So we're going to really dive deep. I'm excited to be able to share because I'm pretty obsessed with the platform even until this very moment. And I just see where it's going as a channel, organic channel.
Yeah. And we're actually going to go through my TikTok account as well and just maybe screen share and see what I can personally do so that people can kind of get some practical advice and go, okay, well, how do you actually improve this type of channel? So let's just start with, okay, what is the difference with TikTok, Instagram? I guess why should we be on TikTok versus other channels?
It's kind of like, us being young, we look at our parents right now or that next generation, and we think it's kind of weird that they're on Facebook. They're like, oh, you're still on Facebook, and we see the outdatedness of it. And, we hear this a lot. TikTok's not just for dancing anymore. There's been several communities that have been built, from fitness influencers to now a finance space, e-com. You see affiliate marketers. You see all sorts of people on this space now, and they just seen it. 2019, 2020, it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, it's not going to last too long. It's going to get banned, all this. And now they've pretty much established themselves. And now you're starting to see paid advertising entering the platform. And actually at this moment in time, paid advertising, the platform has been pretty optimized to where it's not as many bugs as back then. So once you see paid ads enter into any platform, they're really cranking out a lot of good stuff on the platform, and people are the eyeballs, the attention's on it. So
yeah. So what do we need to know about TikTok? Meaning, for example, YouTube is long form content, people there to learn and be educated, and they don't mind long form. TikTok, I guess, what is the key takeaway for, business owners who want to start building some content on there?
Let me tell you the difference between Instagram and TikTok. When you leave Instagram as a user, these last couple of years, just as long as Instagram's been around, you leave like, oh man, comparing yourself. Oh, this person's better than me. Oh man, like I'm not good enough, or this person's richer, this person's better, this person's more fit. When you leave the TikTok platform as a consumer, you're like, wow, I just learned something new. I learned how to clean my kitchen, my toilet. I learned something new about my car. Like the consumer on the other end, it's so different. And we start to see the taste. And that's why I see where TikTok's going. It's a lot of education. But even as a consumer, you leave that platform favoriting, liking, and saving a lot of content because it's just stuff that's helpful to your day-to-day cooking recipes, how to raise kids. There's just so much on that platform. So that's why I see like just the communities that you're building is so much different between those two platforms right now.
Mm-hmm. So TikTok is also, what you're saying here is more authentic. People can just take out their phone, shoot some content. It doesn't have to be polished. And so then I guess, is that easier for content creators, or, I guess what's the impact of that?
Yeah. You see like the average person that has, that's creative. They don't have all the editing skills, but you've seen a lot of people blow up from more raw content. And actually TikTok, you could tell that they're actually in the last few years, they've pushed more raw and authentic content to really bring out good creators. And I always say it's not, you don't need to have all the fancy stuff right away. But no matter how good your camera setup is, your mic and all that, if your content still isn't great or good, like you're not going to build an audience. Like you actually have to be a good content creator. Like, for example, if companies were to hire somebody, for Instagram, you can't just have basic Canva, basic Photoshop. Like, yeah, that's cool. And you just put a cool little billboard. Cool. That's the day. That's the day. A cool little catchy phrase. TikTok, you actually have to be good at creating content. Like you have to be creative with it especially when it comes to video. Like I don't need to have a basic Canvas skill anymore to be a social media manager and managing someone's Instagram that just posts daily versus TikTok. You have to be clever. That's what they do. They push out good content. If your content's good, it's going to get more eyes. I personally don't believe in the whole shadow ban and all that stuff. I don't, unless your account has actually gotten banned. And my account's gotten banned actually these last 2 weeks. So it was interesting. But as long as your content is good and the watch time's up there, people are hiring for good content creators. You can't just have basic skills. You have to be creative nowadays. And that goes back to the raw content. Like, is your content authentic, raw? And I believe people can relate with that more. Like with you just sitting in your car, I believe people can just relate with that a lot more. Again, that's the point of building community, is when you're creating content, you're not talking to an audience, you're talking to that one person on the other side of the screen.
Okay, so with TikTok, I guess it started off with a lot of young crowds. And so a business owner like myself thinking, okay, I'm going to create content, but then there's so many young people. I guess, like, is that a myth? Is that wrong? Is there still a lot of there's people that would be my audience who could be watching, or is my focus should really be about building authority or having a lot of followers, and then it just kind of creates the brand? I guess what can I expect out of that?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you kind of breaking it down to two. The first part you said is finding your audience, and I think more people, as TikTok continues to grow, are starting to be open to TikTok. TikTok's very addicting once you get onto the platform. So once you're pulled in, you're pulled in. But I believe there is an audience of people. And I believe it is like millennials. And if you look at like the millennials nowadays, it's like the 25 to 35 range, right? So I believe there's still a good amount of people that can be our audience. And then building, you're saying building debt, like, should I build a whole bunch of followers? However, and honestly, this is what I like about TikTok. You can build a big following. That's great. But when you're throwing out offers, you're doing sponsorships, it's all going to be based on the engagement, the depth. I'm here to build depth with my community. For example, I'm not just going to start doing dancing stuff and then get 100,000 followers, right? Why? Because now that's not even my audience. It's not what I talk about. That's not who I am. Like now you're just amassing amount of followers that don't even vibe with your content. They found you off a viral trend and they don't even relate with you. They don't even know your message. They don't know what you do or what you sell, who you are. They just know that you for that one viral moment. And I tell people, don't build for virality, build for community. And that's what's so beautiful about this platform now, is you can really build a community of people that will be like, not just fans, but true followers of who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So what type of content? Well, I know you just said it really does require a bit more creativity and it's different, right? And so I guess if I was a business owner, I'm used to being a boring talking head, really just sharing education. Is that still okay? Do I have to kind of share my education in a dancing way, or like, how do I go about in will people sit and listen to my content?
You know what I like? I like the storytelling aspect of people doing day in the life vlogs, where it's like, I get up, I take my kids, I get on my laptop, I'm working for a couple hours, I take meetings, I do this, I go pick up my kids, I have dinner with my family, and that's my day. Day in the life of a CEO, day in the life of a software engineer living in San Francisco. The storytelling of your life really will start to attract the right community in, and people watch till the very end. When it's a day in the life and you see the cuts, to me, I watch a lot of those all the way through just to get to know them. And that's when I'll evaluate. They'll have a high watch time, but I'll evaluate if I want to follow them because their life is pretty interesting and relatable. Interesting to me is more like, is it relatable to me? That's pretty interesting. right? So that's good piece of content. Like, who am I? What do I do? What's my day to day? And it all comes through a storytelling process. And I'd say I tell people to start doing that. I'm actually brainstorming right now a lot of pieces of those content for myself because I know those are great pieces for just anybody.
Yeah. And with TikTok, I find that like, I guess even my own kids, they love that. They love TikTok because it's entertaining, right? And when I'm also going on TikTok, I kind of like in that zone where I'm just wasting time. And so do you think that it's a myth for me to believe that people, when they're in that non-business mode, the entertaining mode, they might not be interested in learning business stuff if I'm like in the services kind of area?
Yeah, that's great. I think this because we're living in a time right now where we're hearing all these buzzwords of what's happening out there, right? So a lot of people are pushing becoming better, reading more, learning new skills. And I just think over time, there's going to be a bigger community of people that want to learn, want to grow. They don't just want to be entertained. They want to be educated during entertainment. And we see that. We see all the tax people, the finance people that blew up because they know how to entertain through educating people. And I think those accounts, I mean, you see those are all the influencers on TikTok that got millions because they just know how to educate people, but at the same time, entertain them. How do you teach somebody taxes and their storytelling and doing scenarios? Like that stuff is great. I love those type of people because it makes it simple. And that's where we're going when it comes to content.
Yeah. And with TikTok, I guess it's been more attractive for business owners to hop on there is because of the algorithm, the way it works. It's like you just rack up a lot more followers or something. Can you share behind the scenes of like, how does the actual, I guess SEO ranking or whatever work for TikTok?
Pretty much what TikTok does, again, it doesn't just favor any random account, right? Look at the two pages. You have the following page, the people you follow, and then you swipe, and then you have the For You page. Why TikTok is so great compared to like Instagram, Facebook, the FYP, the For You page, it is a page where you get discovered by new people every day compared to every other platform. So obviously the average business owner is like, well, how would TikTok help me? Right? Well, here's the thing. A majority of the time when people are following you, they're not going to see your stuff. It's not going to be your followers seeing your stuff unless they're going on the following page. They're discovering you through the FYP, the For You page. So it's just fresh eyes. Even if it's 300 to 500 new people, new views on one video, that's so much. I tell people you're going up to bat. Every piece of content has a chance of going viral. And it's always going to be the ones that you don't know. And it's always going to be new people. So right now I'm posting a couple of times a day. I'm trying to do at least 3 a day. But I'd say 1 minimum just to be relevant and just to build a habit and just to stay onto the platform, because no matter what, it's pushing out to new people, whether we like it or not. That's just the power of the FYP. So yes, it's going to help business owners, people that just want traffic, new leads, tap into a community, especially right now. I believe for the next 18 months, organic is going to slowly decrease, but it's still good right till this day.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of increasing the opportunity for people to find you as well, is there, similarly like with YouTube, you got to get a really good title and the thumbnail, I guess. What are the key things that we need to look out for when we're uploading a TikTok video?
I know hashtags, people are saying, is this going to work or not? I think hashtags really help for discoverability and pushing it out to the right community. Again, you can have all the best hashtags. You can have 2 or 3, you can have 20, right? You can have as many as you want. At the end, as long as you're obviously educating and it's good content, you're very creative with it, it's going to push out to the right audience. The hashtags are great. If you go to their search bar and you just start looking anything random, like service-based businesses, how to cook this, right? Certain keywords, you're going to see a lot of those videos pop up in the search. So search is good for it. Hashtags are great. Being able to write as much as you want onto the actual comment, where you post, that's all good. I think it all helps. But I'm not too big. Sometimes I'll just do like 3 hashtags, sometimes 5, but really it's discoverability. If you're trying to teach people, that's what you want to put when you're posting. You want to put that in the description when you're posting, and then relevant hashtags around that, because when people search for you, they're going to find it. Like I literally this morning, I was just putting drop shipping and you'll see all the top viral, tons of views, drop shipping people, and a lot of stuff that they put. And then you just scroll through that whole page. Yeah.
Yeah. And just like any other social media channel, would you say the engagement part is also important? I guess like if we were engaging with other, potential
Mm,
lead customers and getting them to know
yeah.
about us, a big part of it as well.
Yeah. I mean, just like every social media, it's the top of the funnel. So TikTok is a great place to interact. The only downside I don't like that they just switched up. It's been a while already, but you have to be friends with someone. So you both have to follow each other in order to talk to each other in the DMs. That is the
Okay.
unfortunate part. So let's say they follow you, right? And they're a potential client, they're asking you questions. Then you can follow them back and then you can DM them on TikTok.
Okay. Yep.
If not, I always tell people, man, one of the best ways to just show up to your community is at least go live a couple times a week or at least once a week, answer questions, and then get them to get you onto Instagram, send you a DM over Instagram. Because that's what's so great about Instagram and Facebook is like, the DMs is such a great place for sales to take place, right? LinkedIn, but TikTok, you both have to be following each other, which means friends. And that's where you get to talk in the DMs. If not, you got to tell them, hey, hit me up on Instagram, send me a message, and you'll find them in your request folder. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. And so, with Instagram also trying to compete with TikTok and there's reels now, I guess
Mhm.
like why should we start posting on TikTok versus reels on Instagram? Is there a difference?
You should do all. If you're going to make all vertical, just make it your plan. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, if possible, and then Facebook Reels. Facebook Reels actually has its own with Instagram. I think they're all great. YouTube, unless you want a full Reels, I personally don't like it because it's not as aesthetically pleasing. And that's me, which shouldn't be an issue really. But the shorts on YouTube, to me, it's not aesthetically pleasing. I'd rather do the long form, but I still see some videos that hit off of it. And it's funny, one video doesn't hit on one platform, but on YouTube Shorts it does. Vice versa, Reels it does, TikTok it doesn't. And it just goes back and forth. And I'm seeing that because I'm posting literally the same thing I post on TikTok and IG Reels. I've been doing that for a few months now, and you could see the difference on what goes viral and what doesn't.
Okay. So what I'm getting at is, look, TikTok Reels, they're all amazing. They're all different. And if you want to dominate in your industry, you got to kind of take advantage of them all. And to make TikTok work, you got to post as much times as possible and be more engaging in your content, right?
Yeah. Obviously, the goal is to post the best quality and not just like 20 pieces of like half, right? But that's what you want. TikTok, and I'd say don't post like within the same hour of two pieces, like wait 2-3 hours and then post again. Let the first one, let it get, go through its algorithm and then try posting again and see how that one runs out. So, it's not trying to push both. And I've heard things like that. There's a lot of TikTok gurus and people that say, but I actually believe that where it's like, hey, just wait 2 hours and then post your next one. Yeah.
Okay. So, with one of our friend that I referred you to work with him, I guess, were you able to kind of run through a quick overview of where he was at? Because I know he was already, he sells like, I guess, training programs and a few different things. And he's already, he already knows how to do videos on YouTube and knows Instagram. And then getting onto TikTok, I guess, what did you have to do to make it work for him? And I heard that he also got some deals out of it, which was amazing. So I guess just, a case study, like if I'm similar to him and that I know those other channels. What now do I have to do? Or what did you do for him to start getting some deals?
Yeah. So this is kind of like the simple foundation of it all. So we started at zero. We're about almost 100 days out, a little over 100 days out working with the account. I did promise a lot of followers, but we never hit that. So we went from 0 to 15K in a little over 90 days following.
That's still really good.
Yeah. And he did over 15,000, I believe, maybe a little bit more now in sales with his coaching program. He sells a lower ticket, which is I think around like 2 or 3. And then he has a higher that's over $5,000. So he sold a good amount. And how he sold that was by going live once a week and posting 3 times a day, edited pieces. We did a lot of trending versus just regular education. And the trending was cool at first, but again, it attracted the wrong type of audience, like people that only liked the cheesy stuff, right? But weren't there for the education. So we went straight for education. Edited content, you're starting to see everyone's doing it, right? The nice edited captions, real good edits, cut. So that's what we did in over 90 days. And it's been successful. just being able to help. And I think those two things helped was consistency of posting every day, replying to every comment or as much comments as we can. So really interacting. And then the third thing is going live at least once a week. If you can go live multiple times, that's great. Live was the best way for me to be able to build depth with my community on the talk. And people just love it, and what's great is on the talk, you can go live for hours. There's no like cutoff time anymore. I know IG had 60 minutes, but I think they just tried to adapt to TikTok too. But those were the three things we did.
Yeah.
And then we just showed him, we said, hey, these are good hooks. These are great ideas. We looked at other people he's in the drop shipping space. So we helped other people, looked at what they did. And then we didn't copy exactly, but we showed the framework, what to teach, how to move. And he's got like a few pieces that are doing hundreds of K views. He got one piece that did like over 1 million. But I think it was just the consistency of just showing up to the platform. And again, it wasn't as hot this year. This was the hardest type of growth for us to build, because if we did this a year or two ago, it would have easily made 400K followers. So the following ratio to nowadays versus before isn't as hot as it was, because there's so many more creators entering the space, right? So it's not like just any creator, but now there's so many established creators on the space. You're starting to see everyone that has a blue check on Instagram switch over to TikTok. So there's a lot more traffic going on nowadays.
So with the live video, does that get shown to just your people that know you, or is it just to anyone?
That's what's great about it. FYP too. So that's why TikTok is just so powerful. It's like, it's not Instagram feed, right? And that's what Reels started to do, was now you're in discoverability, you're in the search, you get discovered there and through the Reels algorithm. FYP, I mean, you could just be scrolling and then boom, the next person, they're live, and all you got to do is tap in, and then now you're in their live. So, you weren't even trying to find them. The algorithm allowed you to find them.
That's really interesting. I love it. Okay, so let's do a segment where I'll show you my TikTok account and you can just give a little quick audit of it.
Yeah, this is good. I mean, you already have just really nice aesthetics when it comes to video. I mean, that's your expertise. So let's talk a little bit more. I mean, with the following count, I believe you need 1,000 to go live and to have a link up here. Okay, so you're gonna have to grow that. That's great. Build a business. I mean, this is your motto. And what I would do, because you can do pinned post too. The top 3 pinned posts, a lot of people tell you like, oh, you should do it where you have the most views or whatnot, but you can pin your top 3. So when people find you, they're going to click. And it's so easier to share on desktop, obviously, like how it goes. Like you could just swipe left, and then you're automatically on their profile when you're on the talk. So when they swipe, they'll see this. And at the top, you want to pin these 3 things. You want to pin stuff like who you are, right? A bit of who you are. Like, who am I? Who is Lynn? And then the next thing is like, what do you do? Okay, what services or what's your life? What do you do? And then the last thing is possibly something like, or how can I serve, or how can I help you? Because everyone always looks at these top pins. So who am I? What I do, and then how can I serve? How can I serve you? How can I help you? And those would be like really good stuff to
when you say pin, you mean I am pinning the videos that I want people to watch if they land on it. It's almost like a featured videos, yeah?
Yeah. So you can pin these. Instagram just did it too. So now you can even pin Instagram videos, right? But the moment you pin these are what's going to stay on the top of your profile. And then the 4th piece is going to be the last one that you posted. But when people come, they're going to look at your bio. You're going to probably scroll a bit. They'll probably look at your top 3, see if there's anything there. And then, kind of go from there. This is good. I mean, especially when you're building an education type of talk, you see how you're utilizing the screenshots or, these thumbnails. It's good because it gets people. And then let's just click on one. I mean, they're all around 200. Yeah, see these hashtags? These are good hashtags. Content strategy for personal branding. That's good searchability. People will look up those keywords. And then these are obviously possibly the people the communities you're looking to tap into. Mompreneurs, businesswomen. I mean, you even just click on this and you'll see all the different, so search on TikTok has become very, very powerful. And you'll see that. You'll see based on, these engagements. The thing that allows your TikToks to go like viral, when you're actually on the desktop, they just added it like a favorites. You'll see it on the right, like a little favorite bookmark. And that's what's going to make it, it just makes it so much easier. And that's why you want to give content, you know, that gets people to want to save it for later, to watch it for later. So that's all your content, to be honest. Like, this is super edited to the point where, is it going to hinder you? Who knows? Versus something that's just like very simple.
Yes.
You know,
It's
like raw.
Yeah. So maybe
think-
it's also a combination of content too, like trying
Yes.
different things that show the real Lynn versus the very polished education. And do you think also, because we only post maybe a few times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, that makes a big difference too?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You obvious. Well, you know, here's the thing. Here's what I say when it comes to like just starting off. You don't know what your brand is going to like. You don't know how it's going to grow yet until you've tested different variables. And the more times you post, you know, you'll start to really get to know your brand. This is how I grew my brand. I posted 3 to 5 times a day for 90 days. And I also went live every day.
Yeah,
For
well, I
90
don't do
days.
live. I don't post
Yeah.
enough. And so that is the result of the slow account.
Yeah. And I mean, for 100 followers and this many, you know, I think can really grow. And I'm not saying like these are bad pieces either. Like, this can be your brand. This can honestly just be your brand. And there could be time where what's so good about it is you don't need an aesthetically pleasing feed when you're
Yes.
doing TikTok. Like, you look at mine's kind of like all over the place. I'm in the car, I'm preaching, I got edited stuff, I got raw stuff of me just walking. Like, they're not going to follow you because you have a nice feed. I'm encouraging just the average content creator. So if this is your brand, great. I'd say stick with this, right? If you can put good content once a day, stick with this type. But if it's
Yes.
hindering you as a content creator and you'd rather do like stuff when you're on your break, on your car, you're working a full-time job and you can't really, you know, but you got something that's on your heart, just pump content versus trying to make it the best.
Okay.
Mhm.
Love it. All right. So how do people connect with you? What's your TikTok account? What's your Instagram account, etc., so that people can learn more from you and connect with you?
I am RC Simon at RC Simon on every social media platform, Facebook, Instagram. The talk is RC Simon official. I lost my original TikTok. I have it, but I don't know why I can't get the password, but RC Simon all across the board, rcsimon.com, and LinkedIn too. I'm trying to get better at LinkedIn. I've been watching Lynn, so I'll try to get on there.
That's so awesome, RC. And also, look, I'm learning from you because I actually do want to add TikTok to my company, Dawn Media Productions, where we do video content for people. And look, we're strong on YouTube because I understand it and I understand how to edit and make amazing long videos. But when it comes to TikTok, I think I'm going to be calling you to collaborate with so that the clients can get the best out of their videos. So thank you so much for your time today, RC.
Thanks, Lynn.